Good evening, everyone. My name is Karen, and I have been a traveling nomad full-time for 3 years now. I travel in a Ram ProMaster that I'm building out as I live in it, and it's a slow process. First year, I bought it in March 2024, and so February 2024, so it's been a year, and I've made a lot of improvements. First 2 years I spent in a pickup truck living in the cab, and I had a 500 Jackery and a 700 watt Blue Eddy that got me through my power needs. Now my power needs have changed because I've got an ice-cold fridge, 63-quart ice-cold fridge, and I really wanted to be able to power that continuously for several days. So I bought a 1,000-watt Jackery, and it did well. I can get about 2.5 days with that 63-quart ice-cold fridge. When it's running, it draws anywhere from 46 to 60 watts, and then it's idle. And if it's not too hot in the van in the summertime, it heats up considerably, right? So the fridge will run a lot more in the summer than it does in cooler temps. So as I do my build, I've considered what else I want to do for power. A 1,000-watt Jackery, a 500-watt Jackery are not going to fulfill all my needs. I use the 500 watts to sort of power all my small things, my phones, my laptop, things like that. I don't have a lot of little power hungry, like little, I have a rice cooker, but I don't have a little electric kettle, and I don't have, a little waffle maker, and I don't have a little, there's so many power hungry items you can buy, but all that means is you're just going to eat up your power. So I kind of do it the old-fashioned way. I use my butane, my propane, I cook, I heat up, I boil my water the old-fashioned way, and I don't pull a lot of power. But anyway, I do want to take my rig and I do want to run it 100% on solar power. I really don't want to put in a battery system. So this is my attempt to do that. I needed to go to an even bigger power station because as my van's going to be wired for lighting, I want it to be primarily run on 12 volt. Pretty much everything on 12 volt. I have 2 max air fans. I run 1 max air fan off of the Jackery 500, and then the 1000 was running the other fan that's in the back along with running the fridge. So I went to the HomePower 3000. This is a brand new battery by Jackery. I am solely a Jackery buyer now. I am not sponsored by Jackery. I have not discussed anything with Jackery. So this is an earnest review. I have a 700 watt Blue Eddy, and that battery has done nothing but fail me since I bought it. Its warranty was never honored by Blue Eddy. The phone charging part on top of it never worked. And I bought that battery because a lot of people in the nomad community that were sponsored, as they are now, were really promoting the product. So I feel like giving you a review of the initial unboxing and then how it really performs, and I'm not sponsored by them, it's an honest review. I'm a 67-year-old female, so I gotta lug this thing around. It does weigh about 60 to 65 pounds. I'm going to tell you, I couldn't even lift it when it was in the box because I think all the boxes probably weighed another 20 pounds. It came with 2 200 watt solar panels, so a total of 400 watts, and it's those new panels that have the front and the back. So right now I'm in a hotel room. You're probably wondering, well, you're inside of a house. No, I'm in a hotel room. This is the first time since December when I stayed at my son's house sitting that I've been inside sleeping. The weather, I'm in Virginia. We had just pouring rain all day today when I took delivery of this battery, and it needed to be charged to 100%. So I decided to get a hotel room, splurge a little, it's going to rain for the next 3 days. So I wanted to be able to get this battery up and running. And the only way that I was going to do that was to get a hotel room, because this is another discovery I made. This being a 3,000 watt generator that has 3,072 watt hours to a 7,200 watt surge. I'm going to look at my notes, by the way. And I have a little generator, a little 1500 watt inverter generator that I've used on when you have, a week of rain and virtually hardly any sun. You need to have a backup to your backups. Well, I discovered today, first thing out is, yeah, I am not going to be using my generator to try and run or power up this. It's too big. So I may have to rethink that. I've been thinking about a DC to DC charger. So I'm just waiting for that technology to see how it really runs, because it just hit the market. So yeah, my little generator isn't going to work on this. So, and that's okay. I mean, I had a feeling that I was going to run into that, and I just didn't really consider it until I got it out and went, yeah, no, it's not going to work. So let's talk about this. This battery I filmed already, it charging. So I'll be adding that later on. You'll see that come up. But I have, you can literally run an RV. Has an RV port right here. They call it this is an AC 3600 watt pure sine wave. This is the LiFo 4. This is the newest technology. This battery right here is 47% smaller and 43% lighter than comparable 3,000 watt solar batteries in its class. And like I said, it has a 7,200 watt surge protector on it. It can run fridges, fans, Wi-Fi routers, lights, has multiple AC/DC ports. Here are your AC. I've got 4 AC ports. I've got 2 USB ports. I have 2 USB-C ports. The cigarette lighter. This is a fast charging battery. It will power in 100%, 3,000 watts in 2.5 hours, which is amazing, because my other batteries take, the 1,000 watt and the 500 watt take several hours, and they don't draw that amount. This thing pulled 1,600 watts to charge. It was amazing. And that's why I won't run on my 1,500 watt generator. It has Bluetooth technology. I've already hooked it up to my phone where I can see what's going on. So I will show where I'm going to place it in my van, and the place that I made for it in my van, where I'm hoping to build a little cabinet and keep it stored there. I'll be able to see on my phone what's going on with it. All the ports for plugging in are on this side, your power, your solar. You can see how thick the gauge of this plug. This is like your computer place. You got to carry a lot of wattage. And all your solar power, all your panels will go in over here, and I'll be showing you the panels. But it's going to be 3 days. That's why I got the hotel room, so that I could get this powered up, so I could do a little mini review, have a little pajama party, take a nice long hot bath. I haven't been in a hotel room since December, so that's the life of a nomad, right? I don't like to pay for those things. Anyway, it has a 10-year lifespan. Even if you took it to 0 every single day, every day, you bled it down to 0, and then you charged it up to 100% every day, it should last you 10 years. It comes with a 5-year warranty. Normal is 3 years, and they gave an extra 2 years because it is a new product. It says rechargeable 1.7 hours, but I figured 2 hours. You can also use your cigarette lighter in your car, although that's not going to feed it very much wattage. I think when I use my DC charger in my van, it only throws about 64 watts, so it's not very much. But it's better than getting no watts, right? Traveling down the road, you're going to be traveling anyway. Why not go ahead and plug it in? So examples of how this fridge will run. I'm looking at how this generator will run. I'm looking for this to power my fridge for 3 or 4 days before I have to worry about charging. I mean, I really just kind of want to plug and go, and if I'm settled for a couple days, throw the panels out, plug it in somewhere, but not have to make sure that I have power charged every single day. And I think that this solar battery, being 3,000 watts, I don't use a lot of power in my van, can do that for me. But we're going to find out, right? We're going to find out. We're going to find out together. Here's examples. A 200-watt fridge, this will run at 1 to 2 days. 330-watt one of those induction stoves, 6 hours. 800-watt oven, 3 hours. 1120-watt coffee maker, 2 hours. 700 to 150-watt mini fridge, 22 to 33 hours. A double door refrigerator, 13 to 22 hours. Now, mind you, those appliances run all the time. If you're going to run a coffee maker on this fridge, or on this fridge, I'm calling it fridge, if you're going to run a coffee maker using this generator, it's only going to use the amount of power that it takes to heat up that water and make that cup of coffee. So what, probably 20 minutes, you know? Obviously, I'm not testing anything because I don't use a coffee maker. Like I said, the only real electrical appliance I have is a little rice cooker that I made some soup for myself earlier. I'm just not, that may change as I have the power available, but I highly doubt, knowing me, that since I want to be able to run my lights and my fans and pretty much power my van, that I'll want to buy hungry type of electrical appliances. So right now I'm just going to go around the back side of this, and I'm going to lift it up. Mind you, I am 5'4". I weigh 130 pounds. I'm 67 years old. I have a lower bad back, like most everybody my age. I've been thrown off more than one horse, which, you know, if I was a really good horseback rider, the saying goes, I would have never come off the horse. But I was a pretty good rider. I just had some ornery horses. Anyway, here's a little 500 watt. I brought it in to charge the 1,000 that's running the fridge and the van right now. So I just brought my 500 watt in just to top it off. But my main concern, the hotel room, was this. So here we go. We're going to lift. Okay. So it is doable to lift it. Now, mind you, this is not something I want to lift all the time. I don't want to lift it and walk it out of this building. That's why I borrowed the hotel's little wheel cart here, and I'm leaving it in my room with this on it so I can wheel it out in the morning. But to move it around in my van or in a crunch, if I want to go into a laundromat, I'm going to be doing laundry for a couple hours. And let's say this thing is running low, and I'm going to be through 3 days of rain right now. And let's say I've been a couple days of rain, then I can just manage to carry it in to the laundromat and plug it in for the hour and a half, 2 hours it's going to take me to do laundry, power it to 100%. So here we go. We'll lift it again. Yeah. Anyway, so far I'm happy with it. I'm playing with it now, so we'll see how it goes. I'll show where it goes in the van. I'll show what I'm plugging into it. We'll take a look at what the draw is. Then we'll monitor how many days it takes. for this to go down. We'll play with the panels when the sun comes out. Like I said, it's going to be a couple days, but yeah. So that's my initial assessment of this HomePower 3000 by Jackery. I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm very excited to get my power needs down so that I can wire my van and put in my ceiling and in my walls and get some cabinets in there. So yeah, we'll keep up with this and see how we do and how it powers. Thank you for watching this evening. I hope you got something out of this video. Like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later.